Hello and welcome to my new series, which is all about how to create a passive income using Etsy. Now I'm just going to start with a quick disclaimer. I'm not going to be one of those people that is going to come in and tell you I have made absolutely millions from using Etsy. It's just not the case. And I don't want you to think that this idea of passive income means that you don't have to put in any work and you get money. You're going to have to put in a little bit of effort at the very start. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want you to come in here watching this video thinking, you don't have to do anything and it's just going to start rolling in. But after a little bit of work, you leave it up to do its own thing and you're fine. So this whole series is going to be split up into a few different videos, and I'm going to be creating a different item in each one, and it's something that you are able to create at home yourself. Now there's a few things that you need to know about Etsy just to get us started. It costs 20p or 20 cents, it depends on where you're from, to list an item. So once you've listed this item, every time the item sells you're going to pay another 20p to put it up again. Now it is a pain and there are quite a few fees just in general that come with Etsy, but if these products that you're creating are all digital, like they are for me, then it doesn't cost anything to make. It costs time, yes, but realistically, you're not losing out on anything, really. If you want to, you can factor this 20p and any extra fees that there might be into the cost, but generally people just ignore it and just think it's only 20p out of however much it is that you're selling an item for. Now just to give you some examples of things that you could sell: highlight icons or covers for Instagram, Canva templates or different templates for Instagram posts, presets, you can actually sell presets and I'll be doing an episode on that as well, digital prints, so you can design something and have people pay for it to then print it out themselves at home and put it in a frame. They're very popular right now, and I'm going to show you some easy ways to create your own digital art that people might want to buy. And there are loads more, and I'm sure there'll be more throughout the week, so I'm hoping to get one of these videos up a week for you so you've got some different ideas to be working with. And we will be talking about Etsy ads, which are kind of controversial, but we'll get to that eventually. Now I am going to be using Procreate on an iPad with an Apple Pencil to create a lot of these things, but you don't have to. There are ways around it, and I started out this whole thing using an app on my phone. Now I am lucky in the sense that my phone does come with a pen in it, and a lot of people are always like, why don't you have an iPhone? But I like the pen, quite frankly. Now the app that I started with was called Ibis Paint X, and it's free. It's very similar to Procreate, as in like it does all the same kind of stuff. But I will admit that this was a bit of a game changer with everything that I do. But of course I accept that not everyone has the money to buy an iPad. Just for reference, this with the pencil cost me around £700 from John Lewis, which was a lot. Trust me, I'm not brushing that off as if it was nothing. So I'm just going to be sharing my screen with you today, and we're going to be creating a piece of digital art that you can recreate yourself, and this is going to work as something that people can print off in their own homes. I'm just starting by adding an A4 page, and then I'm going to go to the top corner and I'm going to insert a photo, and I'm using this picture of Harry Styles. I'm just going to make it fill the screen as much as possible. Okay, now you want to add another layer. Never forget to add another layer. And I'm basically going to be doing a faceless digital portrait with a little bit of a twist towards the end. So I'm simply going to hold down onto the screen to select the colour of his skin or whatever it may be that I'm going to draw. And I'm going to use the calligraphy monoline pen, and I'm literally just going to draw around his face. And in this bit I'm going to add in the ears as well. And then if you take the colour from the top corner and just drag it, it fills in all the spaces that you just made. Now you can add another layer for the neck, or you can do it all in one. I usually just do it all in one for this. So again, just hold it down and make sure it's this, like, kind of a similar tone. So up here would be too yellow compared to that, but you want it to be like somewhere like that. That's not too bad. And I draw a straight line down, and it's all the way up like that, and then I fill it in, and I go back in here selecting the colour of the face again, and I just colour it in like that. You will all develop your own ways of doing things like this the more you do them, and this used to take me forever. Like, it used to literally take me about 2 hours to do one of these, and now I can do one in about 10 minutes. And I'm going to use the colour of the neck to do the arms as well, but I'm going to add this to a separate layer. And it doesn't have to be perfect for things like this because it's going to be covered with the shirt anyway. Okay, now I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to go through his hair. So we're going to select dark brown, and I'm going to make my pen a bit smaller, and I'm just going to kind of follow some of these little like tufts of hair. And then I'm going to just take this and just drag it over to there to make sure it connects so I can fill it all in. And I'm going to drag this behind that layer. Just fill it in any bits that have missed it. Just like that. And now we're going to go into the shirt and onto the clothes. So I'm going to create a new layer, dragging it all the way to the front. I'm going to select this yellow colour and I'm going to go around that bit and just fill it all in. It's basically like the tracing we used to do when we were younger. And also any bits that aren't too perfect you can go over later on anyway. When we remove this background layer and if you see any holes or anything missing, you can just go and fill it in. And then we're going to add another layer to do the white. And I'm going to do the t-shirt with this one as well. Actually for this t-shirt I'm going to add a layer and put it underneath this yellow just to make it easier. So all I have to do is basically just draw a big square and fill it in that way. And then I'm going to add a layer again underneath the yellow for the pants. Now you can add more details if you wanted to. You can add like the button details or like even the buttons on his shirt, but it's up to you creatively how you want to obviously create things, I suppose. And I'm just going to add the background. This is kind of like a sped up version. I would probably spend a lot more time on this and make it neater, but I have another version that exists already that I can show you at the end. Now if you want to draw a straight line, hold down and draw your line and then hold down your pen and it makes it straight for you like that. I'm going to fill in this whole white section as well. I'm just going to paint it like that in a similar way with this blue. Draw a straight line all the way down, hold it down and then drag it until it lines up perfectly. Then we need to add this whitey grey background and then I'm going to move this layer all the way to the back behind everything except the original picture of Harry. Looking like this. Now realistically you would go in and you'd make it all look neater. You'd click on any layers you need to neaten it up, but again for the purpose of this tutorial I'm just going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to add text just to spice this up a little bit. Again you don't have to, but I discovered this feature the other day and I thought it was quite interesting. So I'm going to go add text and I've actually saved the text that he uses in Fineline. So you could choose what words you wanted to write in it, but I'm going to put Harry and then I kind of want like a square of some sort in between there, so I'm just going to fill it with full stops for now. Just like that, and I'm going to sort that out in a minute. And then I'm going to make it bigger until it reaches just like that. Now obviously it cuts out the bottom bit of his name, so what you do then is you select it back to there and you change the leading, I've never known how you pronounce that, but just like that, until it fits exactly where you want it. Now again this is just a bit of a draft, so you can fine tune it later on. And what I want to do just to this bit is I want to make that into an actual square. So I'm going to take my mono line, make the brush a bit smaller this time, and just connect by drawing a line again. I'm going to fill that in. And I'm just going to join these layers together. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to join all the Harry layers together as well by just pinching, kind of like that. And we can delete the original Harry. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of this drawing guide for you. Click on this layer and click on the little N. And I'm going to mess around with some of these. And I'm going to use overlay, which I think looks so cool. But you can experiment. You might prefer the soft light, you might prefer the different ones, but it's just a way of mixing them together. But I think that looks so good. And it's basically just taken the colours and just made it really cool. I'm going to show you my actual one of this. And basically what you do then is you would go back to your gallery, you'd select it, you'd do share, PNG, and then you can share it to, I would like to do my Etsy on my laptop, but you can share it to wherever you need to. I'm going to go to Google Drive and I'm going to show you how I list it. So go to your shop manager up there and we're going to go listings. See, I really don't have very much on there at the moment. I've recently just taken quite a bit down and this is just something I need to get around to doing and listing loads of stuff. I want to show you one thing that we can do. I don't want you to add this photo that you've just made exactly like that because people could just download it. We're going to go to Canva and we're going to type in Etsy and go to Etsy shop cover or icon. I'm going to say icon we're going to drag in our new artwork, and once it's loaded I'm going to go to Effects, Smart Mockups, and I can actually turn it into something like this as a frame. That's very cool, but not what I'm looking for. This is great. This is literally perfect. It's just so simple and does exactly what I need. I'm going to drag that like that, and I'm just going to download it with a transparent background. You can correct the dimensions of your page so it's perfect, but I'm just going to do this. Make it the biggest size it can be just so it's the best quality when we upload it. I'm going to go back over to my Etsy and I'm going to add it as a photo. I'm going to create another one while that's loading. Just another mock-up of it so people can see it in a different way. So we're going to put Harry Styles, and then it's really good to go to Etsy and see what the people are doing as well. So who made it? I did. We can experiment with the title a little bit. Finished product, made it recently. Category is digital print. Yellow, maybe? Secondary colour would probably be blue, we'll say. People and portrait is probably the best, and music I'll put in there as well. Room can be anywhere. I'm going to put office, game room, bedroom, dorm, and living room. Home style, I have no idea. You can just fill them in. Vertical, unframed. I'm going to work all that out later on, and then it's a digital product, digital download. So Harry Styles, no frame, digital print only, and you can keep going like that, keep adding some stuff like that. Section, you can add it to a section. I'm going to add it to my digital art section. Go in and add your tags. So we're going to have Harry Styles, of course. One Direction, print, art, work, framed, print, digital, print. Just keep adding different things, and it's really good to search for the things that people give it that might type in to find your product. Now, pricing, completely up to you. I'm going to put this for $1.99. I'm not expecting loads from it, so I'm going to put 100 available. Because there's no delivery fee, it's only like the money that they take from it, and it took me about 10 minutes to do. I'm going to upload my file, which is this. I'm going to rename it first though, and I'm going to advertise it just to see what happens. I'm going to add another photo, which is going to be the other one that I made, and then we're going to publish for the 20 cents that it had to publish for. I'm going to view on Etsy and just see what it actually looks like. I would recommend making the Canva document the correct size, and I'll leave the correct size in the description, the correct dimensions, but I think that looks pretty good if you ask me. Now they add VAT to things like this, so you could try and alter the price so it actually does come down to $1.99, but again, that's completely up to you. The price is just your decision. That is basically one simple, pretty simple item that you can list on Etsy yourself. If you come back next week, I'm going to be talking about highlight covers and the highlight icons for Instagram. That's going to be really useful, both if you have clients that need highlight covers, if you need them, if you don't want to pay for them, and if you want to create them so that you can sell them. Now, I recommend getting familiar with Canva for most of the stuff that I'm doing, because I use it every single day of my life, without fail, and I'm really loving Procreate as well, but of course, like I said, there are other options. If there are any products that you'd like to list on Etsy but you're not exactly sure how to make them, let me know and I'll give it my best shot and I'll turn it into a video for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do thank you for all the kind comments that everyone leaves, and I love being able to help people so much, so thank you very much and have a lovely day. Bye.